Good evening, everybody. Jordan Molina. I'm the director with Public Works. One of my duties is to oversee the county's building code. So today I'm here to speak to you folks about the temporary dwelling for temporary structures process that we have set up under the emergency proclamation. Today is focused specifically for property owners in Lahaina seeking to or considering using a temporary structure on your properties that have been cleaned up. So what is a temporary structure? Under our normal instances, a temporary structure is a unit permitted for 180 days or less. In this case, the emergency proclamation has expanded this use to allow temporary structures to be used as a dwelling. So structures include RVs, prefabricated living spaces, modular homes, and other structures intend to be temporary for use for temporary habitation. Last Friday, County Council passed Ordinance 5685, which extends the applicability of these temporary structure permits for use as dwellings when they're permitted under a local or state emergency proclamation, such as the one we're operating under currently. This amendment allowed these temporary dwellings to be utilized for up to 42 months, or what's 3.5 years. And it provides for an additional 18 months extension from the date of the initial permit issuance. So that gives us a total of 5 years that we can allow these temporary structures to be used as dwellings under the emergency. So I'll go through the steps we have set up for applying for a temporary structures permit. So before you get the submission process, there's some prep that property owners need to do. So first and foremost, we got to see that your property has completed its debris removal under either the county's the government program or the alternate program. From there, you guys will have to start preparing your documents for submittal into the permit process. First, which is organizing your site plan to show us your location of your property, your address, your street, TMK, what the layout of your lot is, how you're going to lay out and how you're going to lay out the buildings, or what's existing and how you're going to put your temporary structure on your lot. Next slide. Continuing on the site plan requirements, giving us some dimensions of the property and structures, spacing between structures, and where your connection points to your utilities will be where applicable. The additional documents you'll have to prepare are the landowner authorization in the case that you're not the property owner of record that the county has on file. You'll have to assess the value of the temporary structure for the purposes of assessing permit fees. You'll have to verify your wastewater service status, which is available on Maui Recovers as well. Next slide, please. We have a design professional electrical plumbing certification form that covers to ensure that your temporary structure you'll be using to habitate in is safe and meets the fire code and has adequate anchorage, as well as your connections, your external connections to your utilities are performed by licensed electricians and licensed plumbers. Requirement for your water meter sizing worksheet for the Department of Water Supply to review your water needs. From there, you'll have your packet ready and assembled to submit into our map system. So you'll create an account in Maps, and then you'll be in a position to submit your application online through the map system. Next slide, please. Once your application is submitted, you'll get the fee assessment, which will get paid by you folks. Then the reviews will be initiated. Once those reviews are complete, if there's any comments, we'll need you folks to address those comments from the agencies. And once you're approved, then you can proceed with placing your structure on your property and dwelling inside of it on your lot again. Next slide, please. As far as getting utility services back on your property, once you have your temporary structures permit approved, Hawaiian Electric will be able to give you temporary power to your lot. And that's going to require, again, that your licensed electrician performs those connections. For water, you can contact the Department of Water Supply to get your water service reestablished. And you get your meters put back if they haven't been yet. Again, here, when you connect to your water meter, from the water meter to your structure, we're going to want to see that work is done by a licensed plumber. And lastly, for your sewer connections, contacting our wastewater division to confirm that your sewer service is back online and ready to start serving your temporary structure. Again, requiring that those connections be done by a licensed plumber. Next slide, please. Oh, and that's all I had for today. Thank you, everybody.